Well, it's time to do another review. Another review, but this time on DreamWorks. Hey guys! Hey! This is Dashiell Rose here. I am back to do another review on a movie this time. This time a DreamWorks movie. Yes, I'm gonna be reviewing a DreamWorks movie. What I'm gonna be doing here is for DreamWorks and Sony Pictures Animation, I'm gonna try to review both of them in 1 week. In 1 week. Just because there is a lot of films. Yes, there is a lot of films. But yes, there's a lot of films. And I gotta tell you guys, DreamWorks is gonna take forever as it is, because there are 47 movies for DreamWorks. 47. Now that's a lot of films. But yes, there are 47 movies. That is way more than there are. That's like 20 more movies than there are Pixar movies. So there's a lot more DreamWorks movies. And I'm trying to get, both of them out of the way, Sony Pictures Animation and DreamWorks, so I can move on to the Disney movies, because I want to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Disney. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do the first, ever Disney movie for the 100th anniversary, the day that Disney turns 100, because I'm still going to be reviewing these movies, and I want to keep a schedule. But I'll try to do something for Disney's 100th anniversary. I'll try to, but as for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and review Sony Pictures Animation and not only Sony Pictures Animation movies, but I'm gonna be reviewing the DreamWorks ones too. Now, just like DreamWorks, like Sony Pictures Animation, there's gonna be some rules. See, just like Sony Pictures Animation, there are live-action movies that were produced by DreamWorks, like the live-action Cat in the Hat movie and like other movies too. But I will not be reviewing those movies. Those movies I will not be reviewing because those movies are live-action movies, and I want to focus on animation movies. But yeah, I want to focus on animation movies, and I was going to review the Cat in the Hat movie, but the Cat in the Hat movie is, I want to save that one down the road, because technically that one is a live-action, remake of a children's book, or even a short, for that matter, so I will not be, reviewing that anytime soon. I thought about doing it, because I have it on DVD, but I'm like, you know what? I'm already reviewing 47 movies. Right now, there's only 46 out because the new Trolls movie hasn't come out yet, but it's supposed to come out this year, so. But I'm going to be reviewing that, so, yeah, that's going to be coming out here I think, some point this year. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. There's not really that many rules that I can think. If there's any more, I might point that out. But I will tell you guys this. I hope you guys like the title card here that I have, the cover. I'm trying to go to a different style for each studio I review. So like Pixar had their own studio. Pixar had the CGI castle intro. Well, it started with Cars, but it pretty much started with Cars, but that's what I've been using since. And I couldn't think of anything with Sony Pictures Animation, but DreamWorks, I'm going for a more DreamWorks theme. So, yeah, I'm going through a more DreamWorks theme, So you guys know, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Now, it's not confirmed exactly how I'm gonna do this yet. This may not be exactly how it's going to look, But for right now, I'm going with this. And so you guys know, I had to like save a picture just to put the 1/47 on the list. Because, well, I had to do that because because otherwise, if for some reason you can't put numbers on emojis and stuff like that, so I had to save the picture. So, yeah, that's why that's like that. That's what I had to do there, but I hope you guys really like this. This is something new I wanted to do. I also want to state that, just like the other reviews, because I forgot to bring this up for the Sony Picture movies, the way this is going to work is I'm going to give each film a score between, 0 and 120 points. Now, 70 through 120, that's considered a good, and it's considered a good, where I will have, a point sound effect thing, which I don't currently have right now because we're having problems with the stereo, and I can't remember what memory cards I had, had my, point sound effect thing on, so I'm gonna have to do that. But if it's 100 or 120, it'll have a different sound effect, like for that, and basically the rest of the good, like 99 and under to 70, will have the same sound effect. That goes for the meh too. So like 69 to 40 is considered meh, and that'll be that. And then we got and then anything under 40 is considered bad. Now I'm gonna tell you guys right now too. The score does not mean this film is better than, it doesn't mean it's better than another film. The score just goes by how enjoyable the film was and how many flaws the film has. That's how the score works. Because I thought about doing it the other way, but then that makes it more confusing. So I'm just grading it on how many flaws the movie has and all of that. So yeah. But now that I've got the long introduction out of the way, because this took forever, I'll probably put a time code in the title, so you guys can skip if you guys don't want to hear the introduction and all that. But I was just explaining this whole thing here. So yeah, but without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the review. So, Ants. Now, Ants, I gotta tell you guys a funny story about Ants. Ants is actually the very first DreamWorks animation movie that I'm aware of. But yes, it's the very first DreamWorks animation movie. And there was a lot of even to this day, there's still like people going back and forth on like which one came out first. Which one was produced first, A Bug's Life or Ants, because they were both released in the same year. And I'm sorry for people who see 1998 up here in no month or day. I could not find it on Google. For some reason, I cannot find it on Google. I tried looking, and I could not find it. If people want to tell me exactly what day and month this movie came out, then you guys can let me know down in the comments below. I do know this movie it did come out before before A Bug's Life. Now I don't know exactly when this movie I don't know when this movie was I don't know if this movie was produced before A Bug's Life or after, but yeah, that's just kind of interesting. Now, aside from that, which is a crazy thing, this movie is actually very different than A Bug's Life. It's actually very different. It does have one similar plot to it, though. And that similar plot is the movie is about the ants that need to stand up for themselves. They need to stand up from the bigger bullies, which is very odd. But yes, it's actually but yeah, it actually is pretty interesting that they do have that similar, plot there. But otherwise, it is actually different. But yes, it is actually different because in this movie, unlike A Bug's Life, the movie focuses more on on them like working in like a colony and all that, like in like a fort of their own and stuff. And then they also, not only they do that, but they also have the main character, which I forgot his name, but he wants to explore the outside of the world. He's tired of doing all this work. He wants to have freedom, and all that. He wants to go out and all that. So we do have that. But we do have that, which is pretty interesting. But basically though, it's basically pretty much a completely different movie. Now, I gotta say, I'm gonna say this right here that this is actually pretty interesting. But in this movie, like A Bug's Life, there are other insects in this movie, but they're actually a lot bigger than the ants. So in A Bug's Life, all the bugs are pretty much the same size, except the grasshoppers. They're different sizes. I mean, but basically the other bugs in A Bug's Life are like the same size. But I guess they did that because it's easier to put them on screen and stuff or something like that. I'm not sure. But in this movie, the bugs are actually different sizes. They're all different sizes, which is interesting. But I find that really, really interesting. So yeah, they're all like different sizes and all that, and I just find that kind of interesting. And then we got the whole ant, the ant, home and all that. I gotta say, it actually looks very creative. It looks very good. I do really like it. I like it a lot. I do really like it a lot. It looks like they actually do a very good job at filling it. Making it look very creative and stuff, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I do really like that a lot. And also, unlike A Bug's Life, there is a moment where we do see a human in this movie too. We don't see the human's face, but we see like a giant shoe and stuff, and it looks very cool. Like looking at compared to the ants view, it looks pretty cool, and I really, really like that a lot. I really do. But yeah, I do like the visuals. I do like that and all that. Well, I like some of the visuals. The ants, on the other hand, they don't look ugly, but they look very weird looking. Like they look freaking weird looking. Like they look really weird as hell. Look at just looking at these ants in this picture here that I'm showing. They look really weird. Look at them. I don't know. Just something about their design just off and all that. I just don't get it. They just look really weird looking, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. They don't look ugly, but they look very weird looking, and I don't know how to feel about it. I really don't know how to feel about it, and I just don't know how to feel about the way they look. But yeah, they just look very weird and stuff, and I don't know why they designed the ants like this. They just look weird. But yeah, besides the ants looking very weird, where they look a lot better in A Bug's Life. I will say that unlike A Bug's Life, the characters are actually a lot more likable in this movie. They're a lot more likable. They're a lot more likable. I think they're. There's moments where the princess is being kind of stubborn and all that. but they're a lot more likable. See, in A Bug's Life, the ants are freaking assholes to Flint and all that, and they're trying to get rid of him and all that because he's a screw up. Here they actually the other ants actually like the main guy ant. You know, I forgot his name. You know, I can't remember his name, but you know, they actually really like him, and I really like that. Like they actually stand up. I mean, they stand up for themselves because of him. You know, like I really like that. That's really cool. But I do have to say though, I do like how they're actually good. But I gotta say, the story itself, unlike A Bug's Life, where I had some laughs and stuff with like not really laughs. I don't really laugh at movies much anymore. Like I said that in my open season review, but I was more, you know, talking about funny moments. Like there's not really any funny moments in here. Like unlike A Bug's Life, there's not really any funny moments here. This movie doesn't really have a lot of humor in it. It's more serious. Like it's a more serious movie where A Bug's Life is more goofy and all that. It's more goofy, but yeah, it's a bit more goofy and all that. And yeah, I don't know. A bit goofy, and I gotta tell you guys, this movie is fucking very dark at times. Like it is fucking dark. I'm not joking. This movie is fucking disturbing. Like I'll tell you, there's one scene in this movie where the main guy, he's like he's pretending to be a soldier and all that, to get to the princess because he wants to get laid. Well, he wants to be with the princess and all that because she meets him like at a bar or something, which is pretty interesting. But like he literally is like going out with these soldiers and like. And like they literally all get fucking killed by these, like termites or something. I think they're called termites because they go to war because the general sends out to die basically or something like that. I don't know if he doesn't really send them out to die. I think it's more so he basically sends them out to go to war with the termites, which again, they don't bring up the damn termites again. The termites are just like, in one scene and they never bring them up again. Like, I would have liked it maybe if like they would have brought them up again. Maybe the termites are pissed off because maybe the general fucked with them or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they just don't bring it up again. Like, because the general is the bad guy in the movie. He's the bad guy, but I really don't get why they don't bring it up again, but they don't. But basically all these soldier ants die, and the only one that lives is our main character. But basically he's holding one of the ants, which by the way, he was a cool guy. So disappointing when he died. But he's literally holding his fucking head. Like he's holding his head. It's just like he seems all calm about it. Like he seems sad, but he's like all calm about it, and he just fucking dies. Like that is fucking messed up. Like that is really messed up. Like literally he's just holding his head and he just dies. Like, oh my god, like if I wasn't half asleep, because by the way, I watched this at like last night because I could not go to sleep. I was just awake. That I would have been even more disturbed by it. But yeah, it's true. He literally just holds his head as he dies. And there's actually a lot of cussing in this movie too. Like this movie, for being DreamWorks' first, movie, there's actually cussing in it. Like they say damn, they say hell, I think they might say bitch at one point. I don't know, I might be wrong, but they do cuss in this movie. They don't say the F word like I said in the video or the word shit, but they do say bad words in this movie. Something they don't really do down the road, but it is just crazy how much different this movie is than the rest of the DreamWorks movies. Now Shrek will say bad words too. Like Shrek says, jackass and all that when he talks to Donkey. So, but Donkey is a donkey. Donkey is a donkey is an ass. I'm not sure why they nickname a donkey an ass, but they do. But yeah, they don't really do that anymore. But they used to call a donkey an ass and all that. But But there's no donkeys in this movie. They just actually cuss. But yeah, they actually cuss in this movie, which is crazy. This is something I believe Toy Story was originally going to do before they partnered up with Disney. I think Toy Story was going to be more adult focused, like it was going to have cussing in it, but it was I think it was going to be more like this film, but then Disney partnered up with Pixar, and then they just dropped it. But I just found that kind of interesting too, how that used to. I mean, I could have been wrong, but I think I remember seeing that. But I just find it really weird how dark and adult this movie can be at times. It's not super adult, but it does have, bad words and stuff in it. So there is that. But I don't know. I mean, there's not really a whole lot really to say about it. I mean, I guess the general literally tries to kill all the ants. He tries to kill them, and he tries to kill the ants, and for some reason he wants to put all his people in danger and just start a new colony and all that. I'm like, I really don't get that. I don't get that at all. But I just find that really interesting and all that. But there's really not a whole lot really to this movie. I mean, the visuals, besides the ants, because I don't really care for the ants designs. I don't think they're hideous, but I really don't care for them. I think the visuals for the outside when they're comparing to how small they are, I think that's really cool. They do that better than A Bug's Life, and I do think the characters are more likable than A Bug's Life. But at the same time, I think A Bug's Life has a better villain. I think Hopper is a better villain than the General in this movie, and he has a better death. The General just falls and, I guess, dies but he just falls. I mean, he just falls and all that, and while Hopper gets eaten by a baby birds, which is a lot more. It's a lot more creepy and disturbing, but it's a lot more satisfying with this death than just a character falling. But I just think too that A Bug's Life story is a bit more interesting. But this movie is alright. I mean, it's alright. I mean, I think I'm probably about done talking. I'm probably going to go ahead and give it a score because I don't really have much else to say about it. So let's go ahead and give it a score. So before I continue talking about it, this movie is getting a net and 47 points. Yeah, this movie, to be honest, this movie is kind of barely scraping by on that. This movie, I gotta say, this movie has moments I do like. And this movie is a lot darker than other DreamWorks movies that come down the road. Well, I think there are some dark DreamWorks movies, but they're also, this one's also a bit more adult. But this one's not as interesting as, I've seen Shrek. Shrek's more interesting, I haven't seen Shrek in a long time, but I do remember it being a lot more interesting, and that goes for the Madagascar movies and stuff and all that. This movie's nothing special. I probably wouldn't go back to this movie anytime soon, but I do think this movie is alright. It's alright for what it is. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's not like Open Season where everything's forgettable about it with only a couple scenes that are actually decent. This movie, the scenes are actually decent and all that, and the characters are actually likable, unlike Open Season, but at the same time, I really don't really care for this movie too much. This movie actually has actually gone as forgotten. A lot of people kind of forgotten about this movie and all that, but I basically had no idea what this movie was about going into it. I was completely blind going into it. I knew some stuff. I knew that General was a bad guy and all that because I saw the evolution of DreamWorks deaths and all that. But I kind of didn't watch the video. I just saw the beginning of it and just decided to stop because I don't want to be spoiled. But I mean, the movie itself, it's not, like I said, it's not bad. It's okay. But I definitely would see why people might not like it either, because again, it's very stale compared to other DreamWorks movies that come down the road. But I think it's all right. I mean, I don't know if I'd watch it again or not, but at the same time, it's not bad either. It's not bad, but definitely not as good as other DreamWorks movies. But I don't know. But anywho, I guess that's pretty much about all I have to say here. I'm gonna try to start doing comment questions too again. I kind of forgot about them. Personally, people aren't really answering my comment questions, but it's probably because I don't have a lot of a lot of subscribers, so a lot of people are. Because usually you gotta have a lot of viewers to answer comment questions, but I want to say though that I want to say if you guys had to pick between Ant and A Bug's Life, tell me your guys' thoughts in the comments below. And there actually is another Ants movie. There's another Ants movie. There's actually the Ant Bully, but I'm not going to be reviewing that movie anytime soon because I think that's like I don't know. I think that might be a Warner Bros. Movie. I'm not sure, but I'm not going to be reviewing it anytime soon. So, yeah, but anywho, I'm going to go ahead and let things go from here. Like I said, guys, I mean, remember, also, before I go, remember to hit that like button and subscribe, because I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video. Because if we get to 300 subs, which are very close, I will reward you guys with two reward videos. If we get to 300 subs. Anywho, see you guys all next time. This is Dash Rose. This is Dash Rose.